That was the pre-loadout to cut the loading screens. Nothing happened. Let's start again. 3, 2, 1, go. This is Triceps Cut the Third Easy Turbo. I'm gonna be holding the turbo button for 90% of the run, so pray for my finger.
Yes, pray for Izayoi83's finger. Alright then.
Yeah, go.
The run has started.
So we're about the...
I'll lower my volume then.
Sorry about...
Lowered my volume down to 60%. Is this good, people? Is this volume good, people?
Can you people hear soft? I'm already at max volume stop.
Okay, then let us get going. So right here, this first part, we've got a switch puzzle. We have to hit each switch in order. As you can guess, Izayoi already knows the answer, so... Okay, I'll put it a bit louder then. Is this good?
I'm gonna lower the game in a little. Currently stuck on a cutscene. Two was holding there. And combat. Titanic roar. 0 damage. I'm gonna test there while I go around killing mobs with Titanic Roar.
Every fight for this first section against the Jaeger dropouts are basically Titanic Roar and or Mortal Punishment for the first section.
The dogs here are with Mortal Punishment, the humans are with Titanic Roar.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh yeah, but the story, we are using Kevin. You might have seen him in Sky SC yesterday, and we are currently in a mission for the grassroots. We pick up a thingy, and we arrest a guy. You know, typical grassroots things.
Yeah. Basically the assassin force of the church, because that's everything every church wants.
The last enemies of this part. Titanic Roar. And Mortal Punishment. And now we're gonna get a bunch of cutscenes before the next gameplay point. You know, typical trope.
Nah, the church ain't bad, 9-boat.
Maybe I shouldn't have turned off the voice mode.
This next set of cutscenes is pretty long.
But yeah, story-wise, basically, Kevin completed his mission and now he's has to go to the barrel to retrieve a certain thing that we don't know what it is yet.
Yep. Reporting to your overpowered boss as usual.
We meet Dorothy again, who's totally not the Grandmaster.
Absolutely, the Grandmaster people.
Okay, tactics, we move Kevin to this corner. And now, we gotta talk to everyone to advance.
Yep. Do we have to talk to everyone, or can we, like, skip it like in the previous, like, in SC, you only had to actually talk to a few NPCs twice?
There are these conversations here, for example, you can talk to in groups, let's say.
Yeah, so we have to talk to everyone this time.
Yeah. It's the only time you ever get to see this in this game. So,
Yeah.
all cool. Ah. I saw that tour was to the stairs again. And there we go. And there's not gonna be a lot gameplay wise until, I don't know, 4 or 5 minutes.
I mean, come on, Keith. We all know that that's completely impossible.
What is impossible?
I don't know, there's still time for Ouroboros to be revealed as the good guys trying to cover the Septium Church evil. By Keith.
For all we know, everyone is good and or everyone is evil.
That's for sure.
But anyway, here we meet Erica Russell, Tita's mother, and we're not gonna be seeing a lot more of her.
Yeah, that's for sure.
But yeah, we go below Grant's church to retrieve the thingy we were supposed to go look for, and we see that they dug it up of the remains of the liberal arc that fell down on Sky Sea. Again,
Yep, an unidentified artifact, as it's called in game.
Oh, right. And here we meet Reese Argent. Reese Argent. English is hard. And what's that? The thingy spawned the cube.
Yep, the artifact is active again, and so the entire game happens because of a cube. Your math classes are coming back to haunt you again.
And here we realize that these two actually know each other. And now they realize that they're being followed. But the hunter becomes the hunter. And it's Gilbert. Because, of course, it's Gilbert.
Gilbert, best boy, people. You should totally listen to his voice clips for 10 hours in a row.
I forgot all that. But yeah, we gotta fight now.
Coming next time, Gilbert 24 hours. Make sure to right click and press the loot button on YouTube for best experience.
We're gonna Titanic Roar again.
So, Gilbert is basically survive the first attack, then we Titanic Roar with Kevin and Flare with Reese until basically Gilbert is dead. The Geo patch has a self-buff which increases its ADF, which makes art highly ineffective against it, so we will, as a result, be using chain crafts to kill it instead.
On easy, on easy it doesn't matter, actually.
Oh, it doesn't matter on easy?
No. And they do surprisingly good damage.
Oh yeah. Though it hasn't even self-buffed yet, actually.
Yeah, the stats are actually reworked from SC to third. In SC, for example, physicals are trash. Playing Nightman and you get zeros all around.
Yeah, you're gonna get like... Yeah, unless you're strength buffing and other such nonsense and have very specific setups, that they don't really do much.
And that's the prologue. Suddenly, we found ourselves in a phantasma. Name of the chapter. Which is inside the cube. Like Soft said, mass hunting and all that. So now we get to explore this strange place. And we discover that this
I swear this entire game...
No, yeah.
I swear that this entire game has been designed for my math class to just be against me. Especially since I hate 3D.
So yeah, the stone monument tells us this area is called the Hermit Garden. And now we explore it and we see there's nothing. Until things happen. It's just more
Until a talking tree starts telling us that we can buy ingredients from it.
Oh, and the cube Rex destroys all our arts.
So this waterfall right here is going to be like very important for the rest of the run because it will refill our CP after every few battles. We're able to use it to refill our CP.
Every fight.
Yeah.
Every fights that you win or run, the spring recharges.
Yeah. Yep.
And now the monument talks. And the cube talk too.
So now all our quartz are broken, so we have to rebuild our orbments or spells / arts back from the beginning. We'll be setting some stuff up using the Sepith in a moment, of course.
No, bye.
Turbo just leads to beautiful things everywhere in every Trails game. Like Out of Bounds, except in AO. But we don't talk about Mystic Core Skip.
And
Sad
softlocks.
times.
And softlocks in Sky.
Oh yes! Soft locks. So many soft locks. That was issued from the chat, by the way.
Be prepared to see a softlock later.
Didn't you get like soft locked like 3 times or something.
In chapter 7, yes. It's weird. I think it happens because you let go of the turbo button for a second as you approach a texture, let's say, and out of nowhere you're stuck and you have to reload. You have to drink of this.
At least Sky autosaves are kind of generous, since they save after every screen.
Yeah.
So here we're seeing the water, the fountains there. They're gonna restore all our CP, which is gonna allow us to use chains and S-crafts constantly during the run.
And now we can explore this beautiful world.
Yep.
But oh no, skeletons are not more.
Yep. And for the first and last time in Sky, we will be using the higher elements because Blue Ascension is so good. Because Ascension is just that good.
This is gonna be a common thing, randomly running into enemies, because this is 6 turbo, the highest amount of turbo you can have in the game. Things are going really fast.
Yeah, it's basically uncontrollable for the most part, which is why many categories just don't run it. So like you'll see like a lot of categories of trails saying mixed turbo in their name. That means no turboing on the field. We're running full turbo here, so turbo allowed all the time and everywhere.
And suddenly we found the yellow stone. We unlocked the ability to go back to the Hermit Garden.
Yeah, so like another one of the essential parts of the run is the monuments. There's like a lot of monuments along our way, and those are warp points. So you're gonna see that we're gonna be triggering quite a few of them. So, for example, so like the Hermit Garden is an essential warp point since it allows us to unlock sealing stones, for example, which gets us new party members.
Say hi to Tita. That's an order, chat. Not a thing I just randomly said. I'm gonna move everyone to the front, and we're gonna leave again. We're gonna enter a fight. Keep TRCP.
Yeah, so what we do is that we use the moves Holy Blessing and Sacrifice Arrow to give Reese and Kevin their CP to Tita, since we haven't done enough fights to refill on CP, since the next fight is a Tita solo.
Suddenly the barrier that was here is
She needs
gone.
150. She needs 150 CP for the next fight.
Or close to it. Suddenly we encounter a talking door that tells us that Tita alone needs to go in. We're gonna talk a little about
Damn talking doors. Damn talking
now.
doors.
Snow cannon. We got a miss, because of course we miss. Double miss, are you kidding me, game? And what? I'm going down now. Wow. What? That was awful RNG. Really looking forward to the run now. But anyway, that was that. Ideally, it's 2 smoke bombs into an S-craft.
No, ideally, normally, according to your notes, it's smoke bomb, a regular attack, and then an S-craft, which should kill them normally.
Oh, that's if... The thing is, if one of them
if they move towards you,
and
that's if they move towards you, so you can hit all 3 normally, right?
Yeah. Well, like I said, those notes are needed an update. But yeah, those doors...
So,
No, talk.
So, like, this door forces basically a break at right at the start of the run, because it's a very long cutscene.
Those are memory doors. They force you into a fight, and then you get memories. Now we're looking at when Tita's parents came back home, and the start of the Olvar Guild project.
So now Tita is volunteering to create weapons of war. Oh look, a gate's worst enemy? Yes, could not agree more, Keith. Absolutely.
I guess it's people pray for my fingers because they're starting to annoy me. Less than
Fine, I'll go to bed. Fine, I'll go to bed, but you better not start building without me. Duel.
Still a couple of minutes of this. I think 3 at most.
Yeah. It's basically a super early break in the run because it's so long.
There's actually a surprising amount of somewhat long cutscenes, especially at the beginning of the chapters.
Yeah, but I don't think they shouldn't be nearly as long as this one, though.
Oh no, as long as this one...
Unless you literally can't turbo through some of them, like
no,
Oliver singing in the second chapter,
line,
for
for
example.
they also are different artists visiting is like autoplay to call it something, and you can't skip it. There's a bunch of lines like that. And that was the memory door. There's a part 2 to that I really recommend you to try that yourself. and do all doors. Hey, it's Darcel.
Yeah, Hoppy, Hoppy, Chloe's door is definitely longer, but I don't think we're viewing it in this run.
Oh no, no, no.
It would waste an absurd amount of time.
Can you imagine an all doors category?
I mean, that would be just a longer run for the most part.
I imagine.
I don't even think that.
I
that's not
imagine
even
a
necessarily.
1 day plus run.
What, are you talking Cold 3 100%? Gotta scan every last enemy.
No, wrong way.
That sounds horrible. Oh wait, no, sorry. Sky SC Nightmare 100% should be a day plus normally. Unless you guys route it super far or use glitches or something.
No. 1 day only for Nightmare SC, impossible. I give it 3.
No. Nightmare SC 100%.
Oh, then a week.
That sounds like a day plus to me.
Bridge. I imagine that if you can break through the prologue on Nightmare easily, which it's impossible, I'm gonna say it now, then yeah, maybe it can be less than 2 days.
Yeah, maybe.
But it's an RNG fest.
Oh, totally! It would absolutely be an RNG fest. Hello, divine penguins. I just love having a surprise attack fight with an NPC to protect that dies if I get game over and gets one shot by the boss. That does not sound like a fun run.
Then there's the worms at the end of chapter 2. I'm sorry, but those are a nightmare bad.
Those are totally doable, like we can cheese them with corner strats and body block strats, so they're not nearly as bad as you'd think. We can also AT delay them with a gate if we want to. If we manage to keep out of their range, we can actually AT delay them with a gate and take them on one by one. There's nothing RNG about that fight if we're using the correct strats, but most of these strats I just mentioned are also very slow, so... But then again, the worms' earthquakes deal like 90% of your HP, so...
And one-shot Tita, which is the worst part of that fight, personally.
Yeah. But you don't necessarily, like, need Tita to finish them, right? For the most part.
No, but she's a force in that fight. And she's personally the worst part of the fight.
Yeah.
Warning, you might hear dogs because I'm right next to the window. So
I can't hear anything from your audio, so...
Yet. Give it time. Now we're gonna... do this and give it to...
So now we're So we're gonna be fighting like the first actually big boss right now. It's a 3-phase fight, so we kind of need to strategize around those 3 phases instead of just killing one large phase. So we use Aqua Bleed and Soul Blur on the minions in the first phase, since that's what they're weak to, time and water. This allows us to kill them quickly because we don't want to deal with them in later phases, since they will stick around even if we defeat the boss's later phase anyways. So we'd have to defeat them at some point regardless. Yeah, so in Phase 2, we will be using a mechanic called a chain craft. So a chain craft is when we use multiple characters to regular attack one enemy during a single turn. Normally this isn't like very useful in a normal run on a higher difficulty, but on easy mode, since regular attacks deal so much damage, the ability to use multiple at once saves a lot of time. And they do quite a bit of damage at once despite the risk on the AT, so that's why we use a lot of them.
Chain crafts have the bread and butter of this run.
Yeah, they are like everywhere. We also spam dark matter during phases 2 and 3 because that's what the boss is weak to during those phases.
Okay, now it's there. Reese learns her craft, and that's chapter 1. We meet the Schwartz Ritter, aka the Black Knight. And now more story.
We also acquired Reese's S-Craft during there, which will most likely end up being of use during the run. Schwarzritter, man, it's like Falcom's trying to dictate a love affair to the German language. I mean, that's every Trails game except maybe the Crossbell duology at this point, I think. And even the Crossbell duology probably has a ton of German references.
I didn't pay attention to them in Crossbell.
Yeah.
Yeah, check color end. And suddenly grants it. Because we weren't here like 20 minutes ago. But oh no! There are monsters! And suddenly a black
Yeah,
key.
so like first thing we do in... Yeah, so the first thing we do in Gransel is we head to one of the West buildings, which has an item called an Akashic Heart, which will give us a ton of strength for Julia, because that's one of her weapons. This will allow her to deal like a ton more damage, because every weapon grants a lot of damage in this game, because like each weapon is like 100 strength, which is a lot of damage. Like if you don't buy weapons in Sky 3rd, you will deal basically no damage.
Yeah, this game is very generous with weapons here.
Yeah, it's very generous with like weapons from treasure chests, but if you don't have them, when you think about it, you're dealing basically no damage on higher difficulties. I don't know about easy specifically, but enemy defense may be low enough that we don't necessarily need...
Or you can deal 0 damage, even on easy.
Yeah, so it's really worth it to have like better grade weapons, even on easy mode.
Epic Mysteries. Oh, you gotta be kidding me, dude. What? You don't need to die. Reese! Miss! No. Oh yeah, we unlocked this door to use as a warp point, because you can teleport to doors too.
Yeah, not only can you transport directly to monuments, but you can also transport directly to doors. This saves time because triggering them takes barely any time at all, for the most part.
Okay, let's see how bad this fight is gonna be. You're gonna wait here. Oh no. No, impede. Are you kidding me, video game? We are in problem. We have a problem here.
Don't these guys like deal a ton of damage and can assassinate and can death blow you?
Yeah, exactly what just happened. No, we're gonna do a load. Auto-save shenanigans. We got surprise attacked. Let's try this. If she dies again, she dies. I'm not gonna spend half an hour on this.
Shout out to CS3 for highlighting which auto is your most recent.
Okay.
There isn't really much to commentate when we're failing on this fight, because death blow.
Yeah, that didn't happen. You didn't see anything. We won, and we got another sealing stone.
This next sealing stone is for Mueller, right?
Yep.
So, like, we need to level up Mueller so that he unlocks his last S-craft of the run inside the final dungeon, so he's going to be in the party a lot, even though he's doing literally nothing, for the most part.
Yeah, not yet. He's gonna be a star in chapter 3 and 6, I think. You'll see.
What is he gonna do in chapter 6?
Be there for chain crafts, because he's rather strong, actually.
Oh yeah, right. He has this special attribute about his chain crafts where he gets extra free hits on chain crafts instead.
And now we unlock the support ability. We're gonna have Mueller for a speed buff, and we go back to Grand Cell. Quotation marks. West block. What? I did not expect that. The right one. Sepith. I'm gonna go to the church and grab a weapon for Sita. And suddenly the bobcat.
The real OTP is Ollie and Mueller. Shara probably ships it.
Wow, what a
Shara totally ships them together.
horrible turn order. But whatever. We get the bobcat key. Go inside the bobcat and find another sitting stone. Can you guess who's
A
eating?
sitting stone. It's Kyle. I wish. At least he wouldn't be complete dead weight. Unlike his trash sister. Trashette.
Actually,
That is all you will ever be.
Actually, I don't agree. In third, I think she's very good for utility purposes.
Yeah, her support ability is like the only thing that's good about her.
No, she
The
has,
best
she
thing
has
about-
her defense down, and she can also spam.
Well, yeah, but the entire cast can Earthwall spam.
The rest of the
I've
cast has better purposes.
Yes. Since everybody can Earthwall cast, it's not a point in your favor. So like, everybody can Earthwall cast. Like, everyone can Earthwall cast as long as they have a defense 4 plus an EP cut.
Now enter a tournament with monsters.
Though the defense down is pretty good, even if Enfeeble has better effects. There's like this weird bug in Enfeeble's description. It says it does defense minus 25%, but in-game it's actually coded as minus 50%. Well, she can S-craft, she can chain craft, like everyone else in this game. And her strength makes her do it worse than everyone else.
I think Oliver's and Chloe's are the worst person.
And even they have almost better STR stats than she does, actually.
Of course he didn't die.
Like, sure, Tux Dev, her support is pretty good, but that just makes her better when she's out of the party than in the party.
And now we fight an actual boss.
Yeah, so
I
this
didn't
next...
I didn't give Kevin the Crimson Eye, so we're gonna be missing out on a lot of damage.
Oh, you didn't give him the Crimson Eye?
Nope. What? Oh, it started to tank.
Though the boss is relatively easy normally, it's Soul Blurs and Chain Craft for the most part, with Tita's Smoke Bombs for the minions.
I'm not sure how to with Tita.
If we ignore Olivia Mueller, is Josette the first character from Sky Games we see in CS? Nope! We see Anton first.
Let's
So this isn't even correct.
no. Actually, Tita needed her CP there, so a random CP heal. And we get best mate Joshua. Don't add me.
Joshua, best girl.
We're gonna use him, of course. Starter 1.
Don't we keep the same party for this part, though?
Yep.
Do we truly see Anton, or just what's left of him? I mean, that's been the case in Sky's second chapter.
Oh wow, the 1 HP survives.
Oh, that's some good RNG.
We got this for a war point. We're gonna give the Crimson Eye
Finally.
and the long barrel to Tit. We're gonna enter this room and grab a certain powder. You know, you saw me. Of course you saw me. Hi Gilbert.
Tita, Little Miss Broken in third. Not sure if you get much use of her in the speedrun. We're using her quite a bit already. I would have already ditched her in my normal run at this point.
No, on third she's actually good. Offensive wise. Because she can actually do damage now. You wanna go to Chloe's room and grab the most important item of the run, the Haze Quartz.
Yeah, the haste quartz makes enemies non-aggressive towards us, so like, when we go past enemies, they can start chasing us. This is really bad and can make us get surprise attacked a lot. This stops this behavior entirely. Which is, of course, very useful when we're running turbo constantly.
No, there's no more enemies here, so we're out. What?
Ooh, you're blowing into your microphone there.
Oh, my bad.
Only Richard is more broken? No. Kevin on Nightmare is the best. Full availability plus Grail Sphere is all you'll ever need for anything ever. You don't even need Richard to beat the game.
Richard is the MVP.
Oh yeah, he's MVP late game, but in Sky Third Nightmare, Kevin's the MVP for a large chunk of the run because of his lack of availability. If Richard was available for the entire game, he'd totally be the best character, no questions asked.
Okay, I can accept. Now we fight another boss. Dark matter. You're gonna wait. You're gonna... Sure, smoke on.
So this fight is basically more of the usual smoke bomb, chaincraft, and dark matter for the most part, since that's what deals the most damage.
Okay, now we can chain craft because he's actually close. Boom. Oh yeah, and this is the Lord of Phantasma, the big bad of this game. And that was chapter 2.
Yeah, that's who we'll be fighting at the end of the run.
This is what I refer to as the auto-play unskippable text.
I mean, there's a decent amount of unskippable text and stuff. Like, the opening scene of Sky First Chapter where Joshua plays the harmonica is completely unskippable. I think Chaincraft not sucking was the biggest surprise from when transitioning from SC to 3rd. Aren't Chaincrafts, like, pretty good in 2nd chapter if you're using a gate plus Shara?
I imagine if you can do damage, chain crafts are good.
Yeah, on normal, they're pretty good, I think, on normal. Like, you can do stuff like Louve sub 2 minutes, no damage, and other ridiculous stuff.
I mean, SC's MVP is the Thunder God Kick.
Yes, praise the Thunder God Kick. Or the Thunder Bug Kick. The better kick of the one between SC and 3rd. We won't be seeing Thunder Bug Kick this run as that's been patched.
You're not gonna be seeing a lot of Shin anyway.
Yeah, true.
Shin. Not until the final dungeon.
Yeah, and isn't he also required for... Oh yeah, no, that's Lace that's required. Though we're going to be using her for the entire run regardless, basically.
Except for chapter 4. Chloe and Joshua. Do I have fights? I don't.
So, for this chapter, we have 8 party members. So our party is going to be split into 2. So, one thing that's very clear to me is that Chloe wants to go with Kevin because the boss there is super weak to her S-Craft because there's 0 art defense enemies which reflect arts. But she's the only character who can still hit on the magical side of things. So she basically one-shots them with her S-Craft.
If the stars align. AKA if the physical weak to any mirrors move into the perfect positions.
Yeah, that's like the optimal.
Oh, Celeste. Could you talk more slowly, please? Thank you.
We gotta wait on Celeste. No. Different from the actual game, which in comparison is a lot faster.
Actually, it doesn't matter. Smoke. Oh wow. You're not dead. This one left. Important. Haste quartz. Oh, we got an attack series. Cool. That useless thing. No. No, that's from chest. Tiger card. Bracelet.
So during the Golden Road, we pick up 2 weapons and from the chests, because there's quite a few along our way, like one of Kevin's weapons and another for, since there's a decent amount of them, though we go out of our way for a lot of Sepith chests as well, which allow us to create more quartz and thus have better, more optimized setups later on in the run.
Oh, meet one of the MVP quartz of the game, Strike. 10% chance of a critical.
Yeah, 50% boosted damage is nothing to scoff at, even if it's just 10% chance.
There. Strike. Hit quartz on memeless. The tire heart for 200 extra strength.
200 extra strength is about 600 damage, by the way, if anybody's wondering, because everything's multiplied by 3. So 200 strength is an extra 600 damage, which is a pretty significant boost per hit, that's for sure. Like, even late game, when on Nightmare, regular attacks deal like 3,000 or so easily. Well, outside of ridiculous examples like Tita Orbital Gear, that's still a very sizable power boost, of course.
You didn't move, I didn't move. Damn it. Oh, I think we got it. I didn't put Sanctus Nova. Well, this is gonna be cool.
Oh, that's bad.
This is
Sanctus Nova does. So, Sanctus Nova deals magical damage, and these guys have no magical resistance at all. Like, they have 0 ADF. So, her Sanctus Nova one-shots them outright, almost.
Okay,
which is like super.
Yeah, it's a one-shot for the mirrors and massive damage for hopefully the phase 2.
Yeah, because because it still deals massive damage on basically everything, actually. Hoppy says,
yeah.
Be nice, guys. Ha! Never, Hoppy, never. Trashette will lay in the depths. Forever forgotten, and forever in your support slot for grinding.
I made a mistake. Didn't remove the tiger heart. And the haze quartz.
Ooh.
So, yeah, this run is going spectacular.
Should we load an autosave?
And fight the boss
Or do you
again?
think that's not... no. Doesn't it autosave right after the boss?
You're right, you're right. It didn't. Epic. Well, we're just gonna have to be careful. How was that a surprise attack? Excuse me, game? One. Attack 3 here. One for Reese. Okay, this is gonna make.
Jules, yes, the party composition for this chapter, like, matters a decent amount, though it's not, like, make or break normally, but it is kind of important, like, having, for example, like, Chloe on the Golden Road, for the mirrors on the left, is basically a free one-shot almost, even on Nightmare. But, like, party composition does matter, but generally it's not nearly tight enough for it to matter. You generally just want to bring your best people onto the road with Reese, since that's the harder boss overall.
Casually, the idea is balancing the teams too, but you think it's balanced. I didn't put the scope pen, so we're in for a ride, boys.
Yeah, this is improvised speedrunning because we completely messed that one up.
But we're safe. Nothing happened.
Oh, so you kill Kevin right before he even gets a turn.
Yep.
No need to worry about Grail Spears then. I was gonna ask earlier if you use like the strat where Mueller gets to stop for free with his Ragnabine the Grail Spheres.
No, that was before I found that with this team I could kill them all before they could do anything.
Yeah, like it's a lot easier to do that, of course.
I mean, personally, the biggest problem there was the death blows.
What went wrong? I missed it. Keith, he forgot to unequip the equipment from the other setup, so he didn't have any Tiger Hearts for
Or the haze quartz.
Or the haze quartz. He forgot to unequip those, so he didn't have any of those going into Golden Road. Or yeah, no, he didn't have any of those going into Silver Road. Poppy, she's not even relevant as a support slot in this run. Her one last niche is forever down in the gutter because of a speedrun. Marius, I'm not exactly sure anybody was supposed to be fooled by who Schwarzritter is.
I mean, that is answered by him later.
Gilbert, best boy. Go watch Gilbert 10 hours.
Oh yeah, now we have Jean and Olivia, who we will not be using until the final dungeon. So say hi and goodbye at the same time. Oh yeah, watch the final
Yeah,
stage.
they don't really like offer it. They don't really offer a niche in this run, I don't think anyways.
Nope. And look, they morph into one. Turbo shenanigans. And now Reese slaps Kevin and she leaves the party for this chapter. Here, pizza and... Simply Spring... Mod Mueller...
So, our party for this next section is going to be Julia and Tita. Nothing like too crazy, like Julia is there for the AoE buffs because her buff gives her like plus 20% strength, which is a lot of damage. And Tita just has tons of AoEs, which is really good for a run like this. It just removes the need for setups. We'll be using setups later, but for now we don't really have the tools to do it, so since we don't have the tools, it's just better to remove the need entirely. Who's the best port character for the speedrun? It's Mueller normally. He has the best speed boost in the game at 5%, which may seem completely irrelevant, but that's the best boost in the run.
Oh, then we switch it to Aga's 46 strength boost.
Oh yeah, right, we switch it to a gate strength boost, because that's gonna be better for the most part in this run. If you're running Nightmare, it's Mueller, no question, but otherwise, yeah. Who's the worst character for the speedrun? I mean, you know exactly what that's gonna cause.
I mean, there are characters we never use, so theoretically they could be considered the worst. A monument, and we go here for a free mine 4.
13 IP, this is the PC version of Trails in the Sky the Third, which you can attain from Steam. If I could, I'd permanently put Josette to the place she belongs, at the Bobcat. That's a pretty good typo, actually. That's catchy. Instead of the Bobcat, we're gonna do the Bobcat. Because she'd be better bopping to music than be in my actual party. Anywhere, at any time. Did we get the heat-resistant boots in this run?
We get 1.
Okay, yeah.
It's 15 plus speed, it's a lot.
Oh yeah, it's a ton. Like, even late game, that's very relevant, even if it gives, like, 0 defense. It's so good.
Where am I even going? Here. Free attack 4. I did not raise the bridge there.
And folks, always remember to walk with the cat, not against it.
More to the left.
So your party should probably be taking damage from being under the floor here. From all the lava they're touching.
Sometimes they do take damage, but I guess it depends on how much you turbo. Attack 3. No, we need to bring it back. And now we fight Anelas. Anelas. Whatever you want to say. The attack value is close. And now we start the checkpoint.
The classic. The chain craft. The best character in this run is officially and will always be Ainlace. We're not getting her Jinu, but she's still the best. Well, Maya's the long attack animations on her attacks, which take forever.
I think that if it was normal, Jinu will be an instant grab.
So, do we grab Jinu on this run?
No, I used to, but the time you take getting it is bad compared to just using what you get on the run. Sadly.
In this run, Stodel, she's not invincible. Sadly.
By the Titan, hello to Anelas. Do I have a CP Spring? I don't. Doesn't matter, we can do it later. St. Croix Forest.
She still dies to Raven insta-kills.
Are you jinxing? Are you jinxing the Raven fight?
Hopefully not. Now I'm starting to imagine the Ravens party wiping you, which sounds horrible.
Oh, Shining Palm. Too sad.
Ainlace can spin and dance and pull all enemies together for chain crafts. Yeah, that's why we use her for most of the run. Because, like, chain crafts are horrible because they have low radiuses. So, like, to compensate for the radius, we just bring them together.
Oh, I'm running into everything now. That was free Epic Cut 4, Sepis, and now we gotta rescue our boy Gerbert again. Because of course we have to save him. Just click out the window.
Everybody go listen to Gilbert 10 hours.
Let's see this for the war point. We're gonna grab the kidney dust and we're gonna read it. I hope my contents were speedrun worth. You're welcome, Beef. CP Spring. Forest. Oh yeah, the set. There, and you there. Getting action 4. Okay, let's roll.
The next fight is this fight is Cheryl, right?
Yep. First we're gonna wait on her with her 2 hands, so save CP.
Wouldn't it be better to pull Shara as well?
And Amelase was already at the front. She is literally 1 tile away from the pole.
Oh, she was totally at the front.
Yep.
Ooh. That's nasty, Devs. We could just have saved a bit of extra time.
Well, she still dies anyway.
Oh yeah, just not as fast.
I think the game knew. Still the same team. And now we're gonna go to the last place of this chapter. Oh yeah, the second crimson. I did not grab the ID card.
It's like this dungeon is a bit of a maze for the most part.
Oh, it's a maze on all around, personally.
Yeah.
I mean, I literally just forgot about the ID card. You know. Oh no. Juggernaut, thanks. Oof. No, not yet. Powder. Can you enter the door, please? There. Easy. I used to get so lost here before I actually learned it yesterday.
The almighty den of Kurt the Bully. I mean... Sure. Did he bully you too much? Have you ever played hard mode in Sky Second Chapter?
Nightmare or bust?
Yep, nightmare or bust. At least on hard you can defeat him reliably. Not much of a luxury on nightmare. Please target this exact person and please miss this exact number of times so that maybe my cookies will defeat you one day. That's the fight in a nutshell.
And now with a dagger. Okay.
Reliably my foot on hard, it's reliable, guys. Not nightmare. Nightmare.
We're gonna wait.
Things are bad if you have to rely on cookies. No, these aren't any normal cookies. These are ballistic cookies according to their description.
Okay, fine.
Lovely misses all around.
If I remember correctly, it took me, I think, 6 hours to get a recording on that boss. And it was a...
No, it's just... Oh no, it's just... This boss was... ridiculous. I mean, even when I difficulty modded SC, it was like kind of like a slapped out mod that was more or less a rebalance, but like, even when I modded it, I had to go through the entire prologue because there's just no way I can leave this in the game. Ballistic cookies sound like passionate eggs. Yes, you're right, Hoppy. Very much.
Who needs CP right now?
And as I said, we will be using the spring a lot.
Let's go.
Okay,
Bring every last one of them. Me, that was a bit too loud. The third boss of several dozen in second chapter should not be the hardest in the game. I mean, Mueller's harder, but at least he's optional.
Oh, I had a lot of fun fighting Mueller on Nightmare.
Oh yeah, that fight's actually enjoyable in comparison.
I remember
You're wondering,
dancing between a clock apex, a chrono round, and a Sylphen guard, I think it was.
Yeah, Sylphen guard, clock up, clock down. Overdosing Heavenly Bliss. The most pretentious song in Trails. Literally.
I personally don't feel that from it.
So this boss is basically US craft spam because this boss does a load of damage. Does he still deal damage on easy?
Oh, he does deal damage on easy. He literally I think it was half my health on everyone.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage.
I think on Nightmare I had to bring my 8 spin sponges to survive that.
No, a nightmare. It's either Grail Spear or bust.
No, the game forces you to so the spear is scrapped. And
Oh yeah, right. You can't sphere. Well, that was Earthball spam on my end. I still had to bring Joshua to take out the minions because they're just that overwhelming.
No, I think what they did, they blinded you or screwed you with stat effects.
Yeah, they deal status effects and they deal tons of damage. Like, they put you in one-shot range of the boss. Bestella's here, and we're never gonna use her.
You're actually wrong. Well, the game's gonna force her on us right
now. We could probably have used a more optimal party instead.
I mean, personally, Estelle is one of the best characters in the game. She has Wheel of Time is massive damage, properly buffed.
Yeah, it's pretty massive damage even with a defense course because of how Housecraft scale. Since they just add to your damage directly instead of multiplying your strength score like they do in the later games. So it deals a ton of damage even if you have, like, low amounts of strength equipped, even.
I was practicing yesterday, and on the final dungeon she did a 22k crit.
Yeah, I've seen Richard deal similarly, like, 29k crits. I mean, 22 still isn't as much damage as she can reach in first chapter, but still. Still can reach around 26,000 against like the birds that are 500% weak to fire.
Persistent books and we're all set. I hope I don't get lost here again.
Let's move on to chapter 5 then.
Oh yeah, we're losing Agate, and we're gonna do the thing he does best. I didn't turn on the monuments, and I forgot to remove the haste squad here.
Oof.
Oof.
That's going to be annoying, especially if it keeps happening.
It's always the little things. For later. Weapon for Anelas. Oops. And Sepith. Ornaments.
The judge?
Huh?
Bestelle can chill in the base camp, so she is Restel. Exactly.
There we go.
Better for her to do nothing than something. In this case, she's actually worse than Josette.
And now we're gonna get everyone's favorite boy, Speedy Craftsman, aka Richard. But you won't be seeing him until chapter 6.
Why? RTA's that good.
And the party doesn't matter right now. We go back to the midpoint.
So, for the people who've never, like, played Sky the Third, the blonde-haired dude, Richard, that you just saw or are seeing, the thing about Richard is that his crafts, or his physical attacks, all have an absurd delay stat of 7. For perspective, that is the second fastest attack time in the game. There are only 2 attacks faster than it outside of cast quartz and stuff. Those being Orbital Gear and Foxtail, which don't deal that good of damage. Or don't deal any at all. So basically, you can have him act like 4 to 5 times in a row, basically infinitely, alright?
Yeah.
As long as he has CP, he gets to act virtually infinitely.
Even on Nightmare, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, even when certain enemies are running 200 speed, he's outspeeding them. Like, he has 7 AT on all of his crafts. Meanwhile, everybody else is packing somewhere in the 30s. And poor Gate over here is running 40 on some of his crafts. So he is like 4 to 5 times faster than your average character.
Oh yeah, now we found Ren.
Yeah, she's important to the run, right?
Yep.
And so I'm not too knowledgeable on this run, by the way, of course, as you can see, but one of the things I'd like to ask is why in particular this is glitchless. Like, what kind of speedrunning glitches are there for this run?
No, there's not any sort of glitch in this game, actually, that I'm aware of.
Yeah, because the category is specifically glitchless turbo, which kind of sticks out to me.
I'm not
because like in the zero,
I'm not the
like
first runner of this. The original runner that inspired me actually to this was V Shadow, and he actually, I think he has more knowledge on the run. Shoutouts to him, by the way.
Yeah, like I saw his notes, so, and I see like a lot of them are pretty similar, for example. Ren is important to everyone, not just the run. Ha! Well, if she's so important, why not just keep her out of danger instead? It would be safer for her, easier to protect, when you're not even doing anything.
That was rude.
Chat showing some love for Ren.
As it should be.
Yeah.
Money.
Many people are still haunted by the almighty Star Door 15. Comes out of nowhere. So the next boss is the spiders.
Yep. One of the worst bosses on the run, mind you. I need to get those shoes back. Sure, you can have him extra strength. You need this. You need an attack 4. Okay, who has the tire heart? You. Who gets the
Starter
tire?
15 is super happy fun times, says Mr. JRPG. Ha!
Oh, Jay.
It's
You sweet
fun,
fool.
happy time. It's sweet, happy times. We get to see Ren playing with her friends.
Also, hey, Mr. J.
I mean, let's not lie about Starter 15 instead of... Yeah, let's talk about the run instead.
Okay, I'm gonna drop a save here. Because I don't trust this boss at all. It's purely gonna depend on the starting turn orders. And they're somewhat good. And die. Wrong target. Oh, they all die, good. Oof. Morale. And next craft. Hopefully it dies. That was literally the perfect fight. And that is the last sealing stone. And that was chapter 5. And now begins the longest chapter in the game. And my personal favorite.
Chapter...
6.
Oh yeah, Chapter 6 is the best. Well, minus the ravens. Jinx. Jinx. Jinx.
We're gonna have worse thought.
What, is Cassius gonna AT-delay you over and over?
Cassius is actually rather easy. Unless
Yeah, I can imagine since he's gonna deal a lot less damage in this run, and he's a single target, so we don't need... What difficulty is this? This is easy mode.
I think people exaggerate the Cassius fight personally. Okay. Chloe, Mueller, and that.
We gonna punch every time soft jinxes become true? Well, we'll see whether the Ravens will insta-kill his entire party.
Again.
You kill them so fast, they gain so much CP that they start using No Mercy on turn 2 or something.
I think it was when they were below 40 or 30, casually.
Yeah, since their CP since it's based on their CP, so.
Oh, CP base? Today I learned. Do I have haste?
Why am I laughing, Keith? Why am I laughing, Keith? Cause I'm kind of a masochist sometimes, so I want to see Izayoi suffer partially. And RNG is the perfect source of this suffering.
Not sure if you fully introduced yourself soft, but he's a modder for the Trail series. He brought us the balanced nightmare modes for Cold Steel and SC, I think.
Yeah, I've done like several difficulty mods. Most notably nowadays, people know me for like. Most people know me for my Cold Steel 3 mods, which are generally considered brutally hard in comparison to their vanilla counterparts. Right now, I'm making other stuff, such as for Zero Geofront, for example. But yeah.
Try his CS3 mod. It's very, very, very hard, but really fun.
I mean, I didn't exactly come in here to advertise my content, so.
But your content deserves to be advertised. Personally. Taking Mira. Of course, with face to doors. Left.
So, like, Chapter 6 is composed of, like, mainly, like, enemy human bosses, for example. So, we're gonna get to see the Ravens soon enough, since they're the first human boss we get to face in this chapter. First up is a bit of, like, a finicky puzzle where we have to defeat the black ones, I think.
The black knights, yes.
Yeah, and then after that we're able to advance to the back building of the school, which allows us to advance.
If you kill any of the red knights, the puzzle of the room, I think it was, resets.
I think it's the entire, like, puzzle itself resets.
Oh, the entire puzzle? I don't remember correctly.
I think it's the entire puzzle, but... Well, whatever, we got it almost first try. It's a good part to get some XP though, since it's a few required fights.
Which is why we're bringing Mule. And this is also a good spot to have people being CP recharged for the final dungeon. No, you're gonna heal that, not Miller.
So, like, for those who weren't following earlier, like, we need to level up Mueller, so he gets his last S-Craft, which is gonna be useful later on. Which is why we have Mueller in our party right now.
I think it was level 125.
Yeah, something like that. His Righteous Witness 2 comes in very late. The run, generally normal runs tend to end at around level 135 as an example. So level 125 is basically almost the end of the game.
Who's next?
Let's go!
You.
レンに任せて
And
先に進もう
So yeah, like this part of the run isn't like all too exciting since we're just wild raging everything we see
行くぞ任せろ
with a gate.
I think normal and above you just death scream everything to death.
I can imagine,
Oh no,
which
where are
just
you?
makes it slower.
There. No, Mueller. Heal. No, why are you entering there? Why are you entering there too? I think it was used for Siren Capsule. Oh, Mueller, you are being very fast.
Any speculation for the next game location? Yeah, I think it's probably gonna be Calvert on my end, but at this point, in reality, we don't like really know. Like, if they're gonna start heading eastward, it's probably gonna be Calvert first.
Oh, yeah, I forgot one.
I mean, Honda, as much as I want Arteria, I think it's legitimately gonna be the last arc in the series.
Where am I missing one? Oh, I think I remember one.
Why?
I'm missing one Black Knight.
Oof.
Ah, here. Disaster alert, nothing happened.
Duwolf, they've said that the next game is in development, but I don't know if they've confirmed that it's going to be the case specifically.
The last one here,
And with this, we get to see if I get to jinx you.
There you go. Time to switch. Renan and Milas. Well, my hit resistant boots and the tire heart in my action 4. You kidding me? One time save it off an action 4. Epic memes. Rolling around. Oh, yes.
Falcom, no, here's a new country you've never heard of before. Surprise! Yeah, that could happen. Considering we know barely any of the countries of the East, that could happen.
the tire hurts. Okay, time to see if you actually jinx it.
Hey then, let's see if he gets insta-kill.
I'm actually gonna drop on another save here. Bless RNGs in the chat, please. Oh, what an ugly turnover. Nagase, you're supposed to be fast. Okay, backup start. Unknown. Triple dice and
The chat has... four of the chat have blessed you with RNG.
Thank you, chat. Your strength has saved the run.
Ah, dang. You didn't get no mercied.
And
Did you get, like-
is all the way at the bottom. Which has got spiritual. It's okay, it's a winner.
Alright, Butler Phillip. So this is just a standard spin strat. Yeah, a standard magnet strat as it was referred to in the
I
notes.
still have lit Christ. Wait, we're gonna have to punch you to death. And that was the first guardian. I'm gonna go over here for the Sapis chest. No, actually... Thank you. Now we can do that switch. Mirror. Let's do this.
準備はいい？わかった。レンに任せて。
行くぞ。
Scenic routes. For this one was spot. There. The dungeons of this chapter force you to get one specific character. In the previous one was Chloe, and in this one is Anilas.
Yeah, then it's gonna be Richard and finished with Joshua.
Don't you love it when you bypass the trigger with turbo? Oh my god, can you die? can't. Okay, now. Easy 1000 of all service. New sword.
That's probably very useful for the extra EP and everything.
There's 3 spots with 1000 Sephi. So it's easy one with 3000 Sephi. Tactics, go there, go there. Oh, you didn't have hit resistant boots. Or the action form. That answers questions. So, you're gonna use this.
Perhaps the guys from Ouroboros are the good ones. Yes, that's actually kind of likely the more I think about it, that that's actually going to end up being the case.
Oh wow. Great.
I mean, the Grant fight is basically just whirlwind into chains normally.
Will that happen? This background test has the clues of the 1000 Cephis on each floor. By the way.
Ooh, those triple feints. At least you had Kevin to heal them there.
This one. Sand capsule. No. Here. Easy 1000 Cephis. Oops.
So, by the way, since we're collecting Zerims, it seems, when are we going to be using them?
The final dungeon.
It's like in the final boss gauntlet, we basically just use them?
Yeah, no, the capsules are on the boss rushes. No, the capsules are on the final boss.
Yeah, because he's an HP sponge for the most part.
Yeah, the powders. You seen in my notes that I had a strat where I bought ingredients and made 66 triple dice. Well, now let's go, and I should use the serum powders. That saved like 2 minutes of menu prepping for the final dungeon. No. For one. Green card.
Poppy, during that section, you can't play as Grant and Karna. It's just Kurt and Ainlace.
Oh. Wow, wait.
Honestly, there really, like, isn't much to talk about in this dungeon for the most part. Like, essentially what we do is that we get key cards on each floor, which allow us to go to the next floor and also allow us to get chests on previous floors after each boss, basically.
And then we just magnet strat everything. Oh wow. You gonna ask? Oh, thought you were gonna ask. He did the thing. Wow. Recharge CP.
Keith, mod 1 in. I had to reset the page because I was having internet problems, so I didn't see the chat there.
Plus 4. Yeah, and I don't have chat on me.
Yeah.
And these fights, everyone up front. This time we are perfectly
I mean,
close.
Kurt is already in the game. He's fully playable. You can just hack him into your party. Karna, though, isn't. Though she wouldn't have any voice lines for anything she says, really. Granted, I probably could make her playable.
Easy fights. Oh, can you make level playable?
Who?
Level. Leonhard, the regular.
Oh, light? Oh yeah, there's actually a Chinese-only mod that is now dead that used to do that, actually. It was pretty cool, but sadly the mod has been lost to the Baidu forum, so dead it is.
F.
It had like some really cool stuff, like new animations, new arts, new playable characters. Like, it was hilarious seeing Luve clone himself infinitely.
Yeah, watch that in an almost too. That was pretty epic. I think it's on YouTube. Gonna link it
Yeah,
later.
it's by a man. It's by a guy on YouTube called Olivier Lenheim.
Yeah.
That's the only way I know of the mod. I went to like search up the patches, but they're dead.
I think we're done here. Back to the same route.
Wait, could you mod in Cassius? Actually, maybe. Granted, that would take a lot of research that I'm not exactly willing to do right now, so, no. This guy is kind of annoying from a modding perspective, since, like, all of the...
Oops. Discord.
Like, I mean, like, modding Sky is actually kind of annoying because the files, like, themselves are encrypted, so you have to use a custom program to, get everything out of there. Then you need to convert them out of their file formats, reconvert them back into file format, then recompile them again, and only then can you test what you had.
It sounds hella
No,
guys.
It's complicated to mod Sky in comparison to the later games in the series where all the files are just unencrypted. Izayoi, I never knew that that treasure chest behind the Leiston Fortress ever existed.
Well, yes, it's a free setup. And Anase needs to be in the spot for this next fight. And hopefully she'll go first. And she's first.
The actual runner is Izayoi, who is the other quieter person. I'm just commentating with
Yeah, I'm kind of full focusing on the game because that's where my mind goes. Let's go. Perfect fight.
Oh, that is a juicy fight, actually. Works like butter. Because you just melted them.
And yes, I can go back to the front. Right first. That gets us a key. I'm afraid of this next fight because Kevin's CP is rather low.
Which means that you can't chain.
He has one chain already.
Yeah.
No, it should be okay. Oh yeah, that was another perfect fight. Or not, because someone missed.
It's perfect.
Okay, now you're using an overslash. Wow. Going back to the base. We're gonna
Gotta
go-
love the triple mine spam.
Fate. Sorry, you have Richard.
So the next fight is Mustache Dad.
No, there's one more fight before that.
Oh yeah, right, the general. He could go sour with his AoE a feint attack there that he uses V stance, I think it was. I'm guessing that one can go sour,
I
but
never used the portal. I never used the monument on the fortress. Could this get any more epic?
you forgot to hit the fortress. So now he has to backtrack all the way through the Urbe scenic route, and then and only then will he be back there because he forgot to do that.
Okay, I'm gonna not turbo here because I don't want to suffer through one of these doors again.
Oh yeah.
I got that on a run. think it was a few months ago, and it was a very sad moment.
Oh, I can bet.
And
Wouldn't want to soft lock through doors.
it was more sad because I had to fight Canon again, and I think it was a 5 or so minutes of time lost. Here for serum powder. Here, so floor 2. Floor 2 game.
So then, let's see how well the general's gonna go.
Sepith. No, wrong door.
Because if you miss and he uses Bee's Dance, you're gonna be in real trouble normally.
Oh, he still hits for truckloads of damage. Same for Cassius. Doesn't matter if it's easy,
Yeah.
I can still die. Especially when I don't have any sort of armor upgrade.
Yeah, because like the armor is like really what's making them deal so much damage still.
Let's get closer. Strike. 1, 3. That's right. General Morgan time. Now you get to see the first use of Richard. First real use. Oh, I think
Chains are so good, he couldn't be used until chapter 6.
that was 3 turns in a row.
Is the Deathblow 2 strat used here?
Nope.
Not even.
I think she needs to be
Those
here.
guys.
You're actually right low. Oof. Close call.
No feints from the Bee's Dance there was pretty lucky now I think about it.
Oh, I had
He has
anti-
a
I had anti-feint on everyone.
Oh, okay, yeah. That makes more sense.
I didn't pick that upgrade as scratch. Now you hear it?
What do you mean?
The dog.
Yeah, we do hear it.
Yeah,
We heard it since like quite a bit of time actually.
I mean, what, the trials of having your PC next to the window.
I can guess.
Gem. First it was here for Seppies.
I mean, like, I hear the dog very clearly since I'm not listening to the in-game audio like everybody on this stream has the luxury of doing.
Now we go back. Such a run lasts for race.
Alright. Time for the mustache fight.
Kevin, 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah. Richard, you need that. Bastion. We got 4. Oh yeah, and sub-teammate. No, Sirigen got 4. 7. There we go, guys. I need a costume. You're gonna get a costume. You need to have 4. There we go. Costume and action. And we need CP. Heal. Drop a save and let's roll. Okay, I need to shut that up. Done. We're back. Nothing happened. Okay, this was a good start. Clog Apex. Port. Gaia Shield.
It's funny to see that we're gonna be wrecking this guy.
Yes, but this should be a free winner.
Well, hopefully, unless he decides to wait to let you at exactly the wrong time, but yeah.
easy fights. Joshua, Tita, and Josette. Yes, you heard right, Josette.
Oh my god, we're using her for something.
Yeah,
What is it, just
she needs a
CP
few. She needs a few level ups too.
Well, we couldn't escape the trashette forever.
I mean, you say that, but in the final dungeon we're gonna use everyone.
That still doesn't change that she's trashette.
No, it does not. 4. Time. Action folder. I think I have a lot of extra strikes. Yeah, I have 11. And you already had. Find further. No, action further. Oh yeah, I forgot one thing. Once you complete the impregnable fortress, you can grab a couple of very special things. Super gladiator belt and super gladiator head. And now we gotta go to the last dungeon of this chapter.
Yep, and we get to go to Gehenna.
Trigger that for teleporting purposes.
So, right after he completed the Leiston Fortress, an area of the Leiston Fortress that was blocked off stopped us from getting 2 items called the Super Gladiator Headband and the Super Gladiator Belt, which are 2 very important items, well, regardless of if you're playing casually or not. The Gladiator Headband increases how much CP you gain from being hit, and the belt gives 5 CP for every turn that passes in the turn order. This is very important since most of the strategies inside the run rely on chains, which cost a lot of CP, so we really need the Super Gladiator belt, notably. Though the headband is also going to see a lot of use because it's very powerful as well.
On Richard, they complement each other beautifully.
Yeah, also. I mean, no reason to never not use both at the same time in any setup, really.
And you're about to see the next 5 being ridiculous with the headbands.
Yeah. I've seen, like, stuff like gain max CP on Richard every time he gets hit if he has both headbands equipped. The regular headband and the super headband. Are we gonna be using the infinite Phantom Raid strategy?
Yep.
Oh. I'll just let it play for itself at how ridiculous it is that headbands give you over 100 CP when you have both headbands equipped. They give you 100 CP easily after every single S break. So you can S break and S break infinitely as long as there are 8 enemies on the field.
Oh, wrong room. No, there we go. That one. I'm gonna give you the super blood belt. Wow, really? Okay. I'm just gonna show you this and you can then tell me what you all think.
I mean, simply a hilarious strategy, honestly. Put as much strength as possible on Joshua and just... well... it should speak for itself.
Really hurts.
And that was 3 S-crafts in a row, so yeah.
That was a Kapua guy.
Yeah, whether we do get Crossbell is kinda up in the air in the future, but for now, its fan translations are nothing for the most part.
Oh yeah, speaking of Crossbell and this game, read the Ring of Judgment manga. It's the tie.
Oh, totally.
It's a tie to this and Zero. I'm going the wrong way.
Kotsu, well, technically it's for now, the Crossbell duology is Japanese only. Though there are some good fan translations for both. So you can still play them, but not officially, really.
Wrong chest. Okay. Now we gotta set up for my second favorite fight in the game.
心得た
Let's go!
They just should have had him clone 7 times under Zero Delay as an opening. Then it would have been perfect.
Okay!
Just say it.
行くわよ
行くよ
Oh yeah, right, the Enforcers are up first. Wrong fight!
Kevin, you need... Oh, I grabbed the lighter plus. Lighter and... Question. I'm gonna take this off you. You're gonna get Crimson Eye. Why are you Chloe?
I mean, this run is basically we need Crimson Eye on everyone. So may as well get Crimson Eye on everyone because 200 strength is just that good.
Tire hard on Divine Emblem. No, you go here.
Highlander, Turbo is a mechanic that is built into the recent ports of the game, so it is as such native to the recent ports of the game to PC.
Let's go.
That seems like an odd setup for the like an odd formation for the fight. No, it's actually a normal formation.
Oh, nice touch of sleep. Richard, boy, you need to wake up.
Last cool, this is a PC game actually.
Oh, yeah, what's like him? One down.
Only 2 more of these guys to go.
Oh, you're
Kind of easier said than done because they're pretty strong overall.
Oh, you woke up, Joe.
You woke up naturally?
No,
That
okay.
takes forever.
No, Walter walking.
Oh, okay.
Ah,
Like, him waking up naturally would take place in like 40 turns or something.
yeah, typical sleep mode.
Buffs like last, like at this point in the game, around 15 player turns or something.
That effects last forever in Sky, honestly. And now we can go to the best fight in the game. Oh, you can get that for the code. Schwarzritter, the Black Knight.
I doubt he's gonna be very hard on this run, though.
Oh, don't count on it at all. I still love this fight to death. Yeah. I'm just gonna end the show because he wants. Oh, no feint.
Pretty lucky.
Oh wow, the pizzeria.
Play them in reverse releaser, Hoppy. That's not even the worst play order of the games, in my opinion.
What do you mean? I started with CS3 and totally fine.
You didn't start with CS4, man. These scrubs.
Oh wow, our friends, please ban me.
You can see that like our lack of armor is actually like being kind of a big deal on easy mode because they're still dealing quite a bit of damage.
Oh no, he bought this place. What are we gonna do? This is my favorite moment in the game now, by the way.
Silver Will is definitely overpowered. It gives you good RNG, something I do not desire. Luve, that disguise was amazing. How did you manage to totally trick us?
And now appears the most important door in the whole game. That we're not gonna watch.
Shame we can't view it since we need to do all other doors first.
Now we need Grease. And take the Crimson Ice and give it to you. Get a Crimson Eye. And where are you in the last?
More Crimson Eye, always Crimson Eye. If we could get 32 Crimson Eyes, you'd probably equip them on most characters.
We got a higher picot. We do.
You know, I regret a lot not being able to listen to this in-game audio, honestly.
Just watching is boring.
Well, yeah, I do kind of like regret because it's good music, but I regret not being able to listen to it on my end. If anybody's wondering, the reason I don't get to listen to in-game audio is because otherwise I'd rehear my voice constantly.
That's screen perfect.
So like my voice would re-echo 30 seconds later, which makes it very hard to talk.
Oh. Oh, they gave me 200 CPM richer. Cool. I'm on the wrong path. I am on the right path. We're settling on an orphanage, and chapter 6 ends.
So in this next section, we're going to be forced with Reese and Kevin into the party on their own. Please be gentle. I think like the run would take like what, 8 hours or something if we didn't have turbo.
Most likely, yeah. No, not really sure.
I mean, 6x turbo is pretty fast, so it could like be even higher than 7 to 8 hours. Could easily be 10 to 12.
I mean, this game is not that long because remember, we're not doing any of the doors outside of the first obligatory one. And it's
yeah,
a
but we're doing
3-hour run
times 6
without
turbo.
Imagine
Which is like
6-7 hours.
I mean, this this would take a long time without turbo. Like a lot of the fights would become a lot slower, for example, notably. Because the animations are very slow in this game. So, like, it could take quite a while, honestly.
And the only thing you can skip are S-crabs.
Yeah. So the fights would go probably from sub 2 minutes to some of them easily being like 8 to 10, probably.
And it turns out that the Lord of Phantasma was someone we didn't know at all. If you haven't played this game. Reese falls to hell, and we jump to hell too. Well, Kevin jumps to hell, not we.
Yeah. Best not to. So, in the first area, we will grab Reese's weapon, if I'm correct.
Yeah, and then on the third we'll only grab Kevin's. And nothing else. I need to update that too.
Yeah.
Here and you here. Oh, and we're gonna ditch the haze quartz for the clock quartz that we grab on the black arc.
Yeah. Yeah, so the Cloak Quartz is an upgraded version of Haze, which I described earlier. It just outright stops all encounters. Like, we can now just run through and we will not run into any encounters at all.
Like this.
I don't think it needs explaining why this is useful in a speed run. Paltheos, we're going down. It's trails of de-escalation in this case. Granted. Oh yeah, I never noticed that we actually, like, went up to get out.
I mean, we're as bottom as it gets, I think. And, well,
Yeah.
this series
So,
of
like,
fights
we're...
is that script. That scream upon that script.
Yeah.
I can't even choose one. Well, except when alone. That was used to how it is. And King Gate. Oh, wow. Oh, ice cream. Oh, well, I forgot about that.
This section is always spamming more death screen, because that's the best thing to do right now.
I mean, personally, that screen is the best start in the game. It's an off field and it does rather decent damage.
I mean, its damage is actually rather poor, but so is everything in Sky Third that deals the entire map.
True. I mean, if it's single target, I use Blue Impact or Ascension or Earthlands.
Yeah, those deal like an extra 1,200 damage. Like, the most powerful art in the game is Cyclone Napalm, which does an extra 3,000 by default, actually.
Oh, I didn't know that. So it's the Crimson Ray.
Yeah, Cyclone Napalm is the Crimson Ray. Though Crimson Ray is actually a lot more powerful. since it deals 800% damage, it multiplies your ATS stat by 8 in Vanilla 0.
そら
Okay, one more fight and we escape her.
Yeah, one last fight and we can escape. And then after that, it's final dungeon time, which is the time that we've been training up all our characters for.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking of doing like an S-craft exhibition for the final fights, because I get to use them all anyway. Any
Yeah.
thoughts on that? Or should I just keep them?
Nah, I think it'd be nice to see, honestly, for once. Since most of these runs tend to be just skip animation, skip animation, skip animation.
How
Back
are we on?
bolts.
How are we on time and estimate?
Right now we're at 2 hours 2.5, and the estimate is at 3 hours and a half.
Oh yeah, then we're golden for that. Cool. You're gonna get to have an S-craft exhibition, everyone.
Okay.
Now, okay, there's some new S-craft. Yo. No! We might be dead.
Ooh, this looks bad.
Panic Sarah. I didn't switch out
Do we
Reese's.
have enough Zerums?
I didn't switch out Reese's S-card for her upgrade, and that screwed me up. We should still be okay. We'll just use the capsule instead of a power later. And vice versa for the final fight.
Yeah.
And now everyone comes to the rescue.
And with everyone coming to the rescue, we get to escape, and it's time to re-equip 16 characters for the final dungeon. But first, we of course get to have Gilbert and everything else. Everyone go listen to Gilbert 10 hours.
よっしゃ
行きます。
ー行くよまだまだ未熟
Okay, we need to set up this crew. La Force there. You need Clock Apex. And the cast quartz.
Have to set up every last one of them for this dungeon.
You get the Onyx gem. You don't need that. You 4. Oh yeah, we need to buy hit quartz.
Inside the notes, this is literally referred to as big menu.
It's really straightforward anyway. It's attacks, actions, hits. We need to remove the cloak quartz from here now because I'm gonna forget like more later. Oh, you will have it. Hit. 4.
Synthesizing hits. Gotta synthesize everything, gotta equip everything. Bless the trunk lolly. Bless the trunk lolly, people.
4. You get an action 4. Mind 4. You really need an upgrade slot like yesterday.
了解した。
Are we doing the run validation chest?
We already did the run validation chest. Or are we thinking of
Oh yeah,
another?
right.
What, is beef
Oh
here?
yeah, right.
Is beef here?
Is beef here?
Champion
I
beef.
have not seen beef actually in a while. Or was he not here in the first place? Keith is here. Poppy's here. Stodel's here. But I haven't seen beef.
Oh. I think I might want to do this setup on the final dungeon.
Oh, beef's streaming, so he's not here right now.
Oh. Well, I did a validation test anyways, so he gets to shut up.
Yeah.
Okay, time to go to the final dungeon.
So, for those of you who have never played the game, the final dungeon is essentially 4 routes. So, we split up into 4 different teams, and we have to do all routes. And then at the end, there's a boss gauntlet, which is 3 bosses plus the final boss.
I really need to go to the bar. I'm literally dying.
Oh yeah, this cutscene's pretty long, by the way. Though after we're started on gameplay, it's basically gameplay to the end for the most part. We even got to see best boy be best boy. I mean, he totally got this. It's not like he's gonna get ambushed or something.
Okay, Julian. Vital. Oliver.
わかった
Seth.
レッツゴー
Anita.
準備はいい
行くぞ
Sin.
ちょろいちょろいレンに任せてお願いします
Before Final Dungeon time, we need to set up everyone, people.
先に進もう
心得た
What else is definition Lisa? And you're on the wrong spot then.
行くぞ任せろ
お願いします
Altheos, there is only one place where Trashette should be.
Now we get this. You get
On the
fire
bench.
art. You get a Wednesday night. And sure, we can have some plus. And that's that. That's right.
Ainlace makes everyone invincible in this run.
Okay, so the final dungeon gauntlet. Clock Quartz is gonna dance around all parties, and we need to get all the weapons from this dungeon.
Yep. Feels weird to see such a small accessory list, because we actually have a very low amount of accessories.
Oh,
So to start off, of course, we're gonna need like cloak ports on literally everyone on every run. Because we gotta negate all those encounters. And then it's just gonna be kind of like passed around.
there's also always gonna be one force fight with any team. Ouch.
Yeah. Each team has one force fight in the middle of the dungeon, and then it's the boss for each team.
Now we use the capsule here, and with everyone else we're gonna suck. End of dungeon, we take out cloak. Yeah, tactics. Everyone to the front for this one.
A part of me wants to jinx it that you're gonna get AT delay cannoned, but
I think he AT cannon set every time, but
yeah, but like if you don't let him get a single turn, that could not happen.
no, every boss here is gonna get the first turn always.
Okay.
I think
Well then, hopefully you don't get AT delay cannon spammed over and over.
Oh, Nishi, that doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, right, because you're so fast. And he's so slow. Though I guess that doesn't matter either, since delay in Sky and the crossbow arc is actually, like, relative to your speed. Like, having more speed doesn't increase the amount of delay you deal or take. Like, relative to your next turn, you'll always be dealing the same delay. The only part of that that's ignored is, like, speed buffs, so if you have a speed buff, then that does get added. But otherwise, it's completely ignored, actually. So in fact, it's actually better to have lower speed, actually, since that means your other characters get more turns in between if you're stun locking them. Yeah, Jules, I'd have a tendency to agree. Like, this is probably the best final dungeon in the Trail series.
I disagree. Missed the Azure trees.
The Azure Tree, like, has the problem where it probably overstays its welcome a bit for a lot of players. But yeah, it's a great dungeon as well. But both are, like, the two best dungeons in the series easily, in my opinion. Sorry, the best final dungeons. Granted, I have trouble thinking of more memorable dungeons, really, than the final ones for the most part. Are there, like, really good dungeons that aren't the final ones? Well, there are good dungeons, but I'm not sure they even rival most of them. Azure Tree needed a second wall section. Yes, a second section for his character development.
Oof.
And it's finally boss time.
Oh no, we still have to do one last. The last.
Oh yeah, right. The main path, right?
Come so. Wow, I'm lagging hard.
Still, there is great because Beef gets to make fun of me every time for getting lost in it. My Stolheim. I mean, I don't think getting lost in the sealed area is necessarily proof of incompetence. I'm pretty sure Beef would get lost as well. Unless he already runs Sky FC and doesn't get lost in there. How did you not get lost there? You use the game facts maps. In fact, that place is the only place that doesn't have a map in the base game that does have a community-made map for it.
Oh. Okay, it's time.
That's how much people get lost in it. Alright, time for final boss and setup. Well, setup's already done. We still doing the showcase, Izayoi?
Oh yeah. But I don't know how we're on time.
Right now there should be around 15 minutes and a half left.
Yeah, it's really enough. These fights are not gonna last a lot anyway. I prefer this song, by the way, to the final boss music.
Yeah, the final boss music of Sky Third never hit my gears. It wasn't ever a great song to me.
Just said, I skipped just
I prefer the dungeon one.
Sorry, Forza.
And so we start the fuller 4 times boss gauntlet.
I love this part of this song.
Oh yeah, see these dust crafts.
Oh, we're even gonna have a 200 scrap.
この曲は君たちに捧げるレクイエムさ。これは避けられまい。それ、おまけだ。
Wow, that was not real.
Heo's final boss theme people is burned into my memory so hard because I did that fight with no items on Nightmare.
This one cannot be skipped.
What do you mean?
Exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah. The AO final boss theme is like one of the best tracks in the series. But, like, it is burned into my memory because the no items fight may not seem like a big deal, but like it turns the fight from like half hour to an hour and a half or something. It's a really long, exciting fight, so I really like it. Like, it's an actually good long challenge on the other hand, actually. So, here's what we've been leveling up Mueller for to be able to kill all 4 of these minions on turn 1. Well, turn 2, actually.
Oh,
I love how we
crit.
skipped Joset's S-craft earlier, though.
あなたの運を占ってあげるわ
I think we're not getting Shinsesko.
Yes, Zane, the game right now is being played on easy mode.
Closer.
We should have a counter for how many people have asked that if we're doing this on easy or not, actually. We probably should have noted that in the category. Anlace is so good in this run, Stoddle. She is so good.
Oh, lovely. Thank you. We should be good now.
とっておきを見せてあげるはっとりゃせいまだまだ
Still lasts less than Lloyd asked for violence. Ah! We'll be doing that one soon enough.
万物の根源たる必要を司る
Will we have a band counter for the 0/AO runs?
光よ我に集いて魔を土となれ
Oh yeah, I skipped one system.
You also skipped the gate test craft, actually.
Well, we're actually gonna see it now because he's gonna die from that.
これで決まりだ
Yes, the band counter shall make a comeback, and it will be amazing.
Oh yeah, time's coming up when we have a white screen after the boss is dead. I'm gonna say time anyway. But oh, I forgot to move them more everyone here.
Zero/A run, that means we get to hang out with Kia. No, she's gonna not barely be there. In fact, in the Zero run, she isn't even present in the run because it's a glitched run and we never actually get to meet her. She's never gonna be there.
Yeah.
So yeah, no Kia in Zero at all. Kia has been actually banned from the run.
Make sure the pillars. You need to actually move there. And now we're gonna throw Sharon to Joshua. Richard's gonna be Richard. Oh yeah, I'm gonna show Josh's at least one.
Yeah, but there ain't gonna be any TV from her at the end of the run. It is forever Richard's turn in this fight. It shall always be Richard's turn.
Now starts phase 2. But I'm gonna let Reese show. And then we finish with Richard.
暗き大地を清めるため今こそ来たるそう光にした騎士父よの守護者なり今こそ我らに力を
Wait, it's all Richard? Always has been, of course. Yes, Keith, this was uneasy. I would expect you to know normally.
Okay, let's finish this. Oh, no, wrong escort. Well, doesn't matter. He's still there. Okay, get ready. Time.
The current time on the live footage is 3 hours and 24 minutes and 13 seconds.
Below estimate 700. A lot of errors. But yep, that's a fun.
Time for the bet. I thought it was gonna be Sakura Morning Moon there. My mistake, you're completely underleveled.
No, he got the S-Craft, but I forgot to replace it. You know, like he did with Reese. But yeah, now it's a long series of cutscenes about ending the game, so... If Stolt says he wants...
GG's from chat.
Thank you. So, I think we're gonna start the goodbye now. Thank you for having me here. Thank you, Stolt, for organizing this. Thank you, Sal, for joining me. I really appreciate it.
No problem, man.
If you wanna say something?
No problem, man. No problem, man. I'm always available to do this kind of shit for the most part, so...
You wanna say something, too?
No, I don't have anything to say apart from this one was great, actually. Quite enjoyable. Yeah, this was actually pretty good.
Thank you.
We're even nicely underestimate.
So you Stolt, if I were to say Stolt, I'm good now, cause this is gonna take a long while. So thank you everyone once again.
Yeah, these last cutscenes take overall a while. It's the ending of a Trails game, so... Hoppy the dog is always barking.
Did Stolt say anything?
Stodel has said, nope, I'm good. We can let credits play and that'll be that.
Oh, there's no credits because it's a video and I disabled video.
Oh, well, no credits then.
Sorry, still deaf. That's why I say if you want to switch out.
Still hasn't said anything yet.
Can you DM him? I'm just gonna keep skipping
He's
this.
gonna transition normally.
Oh, okay.
And that was the end of the Sky 3rd run. Up next is East 1.
Oh yeah. I think it was Varine. Reminder to read the Ring of Judgment manga.
This one, Chronicles, up next is on any percent, so I'm going to assume easy. If everybody would like to see all the games available, make sure to type exclamation point followed by schedule directly, and the bot will give you a link to the schedule for all the runs.
And now the credits will play. But no, go to the after.
Never forget the Gilbert. Ever.
Oh, we can probably end with this screen. Yep. This is a good ending screen personally.